fact, and Conor McGregor was in action this past Saturday, and just a complete walkover beatdown of Donald Cerrone. I don't know if Cerrone threw a punch, but he definitely.
You know what it was like? You know what it was like? I always like to make comparisons, right?
Yeah.
Pull them out of the air. It was like Spinks Tyson, 90 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
But this was 40.
Well, I'm shocked because Cowboy Cerrone is a tough guy. He's been in there with everyone, and he just got blown out of there so fast. But it speaks to...
My son is a scout for the Raiders.
Yeah.
He's good, my son. The Raiders are going to Vegas. And another year or two, they'll be in the Super Bowl.
I saw Mark Davis at the fight.
Yeah. Mark it down. They'll be in the Super Bowl. And they're all doing a good job. Gruden, all the
Mayock,
Mike Mayock, tremendous. And my son's part of that team, so they're doing good. Before the fight, my son made a point, being in the true essence of a scout. Doesn't have to be football. You're a scout. He said, Dad, there's one thing going against this cowboy. I don't follow the UFC too much. He said, what's that, bud? He goes, he fights too much. He's shop one.
He fights a lot.
He fights too much. And that's going to be where everyone was looking. He goes, Dad, it's like when you point out something. He goes, and, you point it out in a different direction than where people were looking at it to be coming from. He said, McGregor, everyone's saying, he's been inactive, so they're saying Cowboys could win. A lot of people were saying that. And the fight on the line for it in Vegas was very close, and a lot of people were saying that, McGregor's been inactive, he's made a lot of money, he's not hungry no more, whatever. Cowboys always fighting, this guy's a veteran. He goes, but this is a time where it's going to work against him, where the other guy's going to be fresh, and this guy's going to be a little worn out.
He also didn't make Cowboy cut weight, which people were saying was to Cowboy's advantage because he's a naturally bigger guy. McGregor looked muscle-bound. And they said to him, why are you doing it 170? He goes, I want him at his best. I could make him come down to 155. McGregor's like the Mayweather of UFC. He could dictate any terms. He could fight him at any weight he wanted and dictate how many rounds, probably two. But he said, no, let him come in at 170. No, son, no problem. If you think if that's going to help him, and at the press conference, even Cerrone said, I appreciate you not making me cut weight. I'm happy to fight at 170.
But just you mentioned a name, Mayweather. Mayweather, we all know he's a defensive genius. He's one of the great fighters of our time, all that, undefeated. But what we should not miss, what he's also great at, is he's a great businessman. He's a great matchmaker. He's a great manager. He's a great guy at picking his spots. He sees something. Well, I remember when he picked Canelo, everyone said, he made a mistake, back then.
Yeah.
He made a mistake. And he won every round, except for that one criminal judge that had, again, can't get away from it, unfortunately. Again, it's McGregor saw something. To your point, you're saying, he was being a nice guy. I would beg to say maybe it was more than just being a nice guy. He knew something. He knew what we're talking about, like Mayweather does. He knew the advantages, the style, the advantages. And to his credit, he was ready for it. He was smart. He knew that this guy is shop one, this guy is a little shot, this guy's
very slow, notoriously slow starter. He jumped him right at the beginning.
Jumped on him. And you know what? I got to point something out. He used his shoulder, you're allowed to, of course, to bang, bang, bang.
Broke his nose.
Broke his nose, right? But nobody teaches these UFCs, in this case, Cowboy. There's a similarity in boxing where a guy try to headbutt you. So as a trainer, you teach the guy to turn his head. Look, to turn his head so it's not available to be headbutted. You get your head on the side. I was almost, as much as it was, I give credit, and it was magnificent that part of the fight plan was to do that for McGregor. As much as, that stood out in a positive way. In a negative way, it also hit me that, wait a minute, how could Cerrone not be taught to get his head? He didn't keep it there for one hit, for two hits, for three. Like after one, turn your head. Get your head out of there. Get your head out of there, bud. Yeah. So I'm just saying. And I can't help it. That's the trainer in me. That I'm watching that and I'm saying, how is this guy leaving his head there? He doesn't know what's coming next. So, anyway, I saw that fight again in the different dimensions I looked at it. McGregor had a great fight plan. He knew what he was up against. He was faster. He blitzed him. You know, it was the blitzkrieg.
Mm-hmm.
He blitzed him. He knew he could blitz him. You know, he's to his credit, you know, he's known as a good striker, but to his credit, he threw a good kick. You know, he threw a nice kick too. He did the thing with the shoulders, and then of course he jumped on him. It was all over, and he pulled it off.